everyone, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm here with the Inspector Who Reacts, and we're here to talk about Andor.
Andor,
Rogue One, the whole...
Rogue One, Star Wars again, like a joke. Like we got Andor was supposed to, I think, come out like literally Andor was supposed to be out, I think, now.
Mm-hmm.
And it, yeah, got pushed back, which I'm kind of okay with. I'm kind of like, even though it's gonna be like, okay, we've got to watch 3 episodes in one night.
It's gonna be a marathon. But yeah, no, if they need the extra time to perfect it, I'm okay with it. Lisper, I'm Mixie. Hello, how are you? Thanks for coming, guys. It's shaking. Thanks for waiting. I'm here now. Okay, I was concerned. Is this a spoiler talk? I got spoilers. It hasn't even come out yet. There are no spoilers.
Reading leaks.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Reddit has all the inside scoop.
Spoiler alert! About what happens to Cassian in Rogue One.
Yeah, Cassian dies. Spoiler alert. I mentioned that in my reaction, which I still have to upload tonight. It's gonna be weird watching this knowing that he dies. Like,
yeah, And I will say from the trailer and from like what I'm hearing about the show, I feel like Cassian isn't like the main. He's like the connecting character, but he's not like the main. Or like we're gonna be following a lot of characters in this show. We're not gonna just be following him.
Yeah, it looks like they're introducing some new characters, but also reintroducing some old characters from Star Wars, like Mon Mothma. So we'll be getting a little bit more of her story, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see more of Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
And she's another. It's one of those like yeah. I think the thing I'm excited to see is how the Imperial Senate, this is the funniest thing. I remember everyone really, or like the big complaint about the prequels was all the politic talks and everything, like all the political and everything and all that kind of like very boring conversations and everything in a Star Wars thing. But now it's like, I feel like that's one of the most exciting things about this series is what political dangers are in this, like what, especially for like, where Palpatine is alive and he's in charge. So it's like, yeah, I'm also like, we gotta see Amy McDermott again. We gotta see Palpatine like on that stage, like hamming it up.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I know some people don't want to admit to the fact that Star Wars is largely about politics, but it really is. Like, that's just, it is what it is.
How things happen.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And Mothma lives. Yes. I don't know. Do we know what happens to Mon Mothma? Like,
there are. Do you want the canon version or?
I want the canon version.
Well, I don't all I know about Mon Mothma in the canon version is that she disbanded the rebellion army, sort of thing after, they won the Empire. That's all I know. I think she retired, and yeah, that's why that's why the Republic doesn't have an army to battle the First Order.
Oh, so she kind of screwed things up. She effed it all up.
Not Legends, though. No, she's Chancellor in Legends. Chancellor Mon Mothma.
Chancellor, I like that. She lives past episode 6, I believe. I would hope, because I would hope if they did kill her off, that we would have seen it on screen, as opposed to just having her die off screen.
I gotta say it's very she has such a small role in Return of the Jedi, but I always like it's memorable somehow. It's just because of how she commands and sets the tone, but also there's this dread and with her, something like how she, and then it does, like, it's one of those things where I remember even as a kid, because it was like in like I'm a kid. I like the action. I like all the fun and flashy stuff. So I'm not interested in all the conversations that go on in the prequel episodes. So there's some deleted scenes that actually have the young Mon Mothma's actress like with Padme and Bail Organa like talking with everything, like basically the origins of the rebellion, planning it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like if Palpatine like does all this, we're gonna have to like fight him. So they kind of like plan for this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad they brought her back. I'm glad they
Yeah.
brought her back, like, get her to actually be in to play her character, play this character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not just play a younger version, but actually play the character,
Right.
add more to the character. And I wonder if we're going to see, depending on what the timeline is, if we're going to see Bail Organa, maybe even young Leia again, like young Leia gets a cameo.
That would be pretty cool if we could. Game of the Force. Wait, what? Game of the Force before Game of Thrones was a thing. Oh.
Yeah, it really is going like Game of Thrones kind of political, galactical war kind of issues, like trying to solve things without conflict, but conflict is inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Seeing teenage Leia grow up, like at that age, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just learned to be surprised at this point because, like, I mean, I think we all thought Kenobi was going in one direction. Went completely the opposite direction, and it was really good. Like, we thought Kenobi was going to be all about, Luke and Lars and Obi-Wan for 6 episodes, but it wound up being so different. So I can only imagine there's going to be lots of surprises in Cassian Andor. It looks like from the trailer that he's going undercover in the Empire.
Yeah.
Which
because I don't. Cool. He said he's been in I remember he said in the Rogue One he's been in the fight since he was 6 years old. So he's been in this fight since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way he's it's one of those things where he's not starting as an Imperial and then defecting to the rebellion. No, I guess he's going undercover and stuff.
Yeah, I have an article in front of me that I'm referencing from Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe they mentioned this in Rogue One. It's been a while since I've seen Rogue One, but like apparently his home planet was destroyed by the Empire, and now, taken over by the Empire or whatever. And now like where he's living now is kind of falling under the grasp of the Empire, and so he's fighting back.
Another planet.
Yeah.
Being taken. I am. And then, like I said, there's a lot of characters. Like, it's not just I think we're gonna be following like stories on both sides. I think we're gonna be following like a political story with Mon Mothma. I think we're gonna be following like some Imperial lives stories or something, and then we're gonna have Andor's story, and then there's I forgot the actor's name, but he's in the Thor movies, the scientist guy. I can't believe I forgot his name, but. Yeah, he's like another, and we got Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera's coming back in this too.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Yeah, and I'm glad that it's the Rogue One people, or at least it's the writer, I think. Yeah, that did Rogue One, that he's come back to write for this, and they did talk about. I find this such an interesting thing is like they said they planned for 5 seasons or something, where there was like a discussion for 5 seasons, and I'm like, how do you plan for 5 seasons unless you have like the whole story really that planned out? Like, you don't even know how well this is going to be received or anything like that. It's like, usually I feel like shows like this are planned by the reputation now more than I feel like they're planned by actual story things. It's like, are you sure you can complete this?
So Rose, hello, how are you? I can't be on Twitch. I created unwelcomed heat on there. Yikes! Oh, well, you're welcome here. I mean, maybe they did a rough draft for 5 seasons, because I know that this takes place 5 years before Rogue One, so maybe they have a rough sketch, and then they're going to see how. I know season 2 has definitely been confirmed, so maybe they'll see how season 1 goes, and if they have to condense 4 more seasons into one. I don't know.
Yeah, from what I've heard, season 2 is actually like season 1 is going to be a bunch of arcs, and then season 2 is going to be a bunch of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it was going to be in like each. I think each season was planned to be a year up to Rogue One, but I think now, from what I've heard, the person who was writing it felt like he didn't want to have to do this 5 times. So it's like, okay, I can just crunch it down. Like, I can understand that. I do feel like maybe 3 seasons you could do. I feel like it needs if it's really good on season 1. If really if season 1 is really good, I do want more of this. I do want more seasons of this. So it's like I really hope that season 1 does amazing, and that they see how amazing it is, and they're like, okay, maybe we can extend it again. Maybe we can continue, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like if somebody's like, okay, we can't end the show with Cassian looking older than he did when he started, than he did in Rogue One.
Oh, there's so much they can do with de-aging.
Yeah. It's like, all right, season 5. All right, we gotta like de-age you 20 years now because it took us 10 years to finish this.
The only fighting back seems like everywhere he goes gets destroyed. You know what? You're right. Rogue One, it was all Andor's fault. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And he was on Yavin 5. That was like the next planet after.
You know what?
If Cassian goes to Alderaan, it's his fault.
Mm-hmm. All him. And Scarf. That's right. All right. So we know this one. There's 2 seasons for sure. This one will be 12 episodes.
Which longest Star Wars show, so Star Wars thing that's not animated, like live action.
Oh, I was gonna say I think animated, like Clone Wars season 7.
Yeah, Clone Wars. I think, yeah.
There's also going to be like parts of it that will be flashbacks. So
yeah,
see him like as a child.
I think I even heard like the first couple of episodes. And this could be why they're doing 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the first 2, I think, could be an entire flashback before we actually see Cassian as an adult. So, like, it's gonna be a whole backstory and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we do see clone trooper armor. So we're seeing clone troopers, that when they become stormtroopers or something, basically, and they're part of the Empire.
Mm.
So we're gonna see that. And then of course we're gonna see. So if it's gonna be 5 years before Episode 4, then it's gonna be 15 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a whole big jump. Although that's the funny thing is that although I don't know how long Bad Batch's timeline is, it did seem really fast for them to go from clones to stormtroopers.
Yeah.
But I guess it is easier to just build like a suit of armor and just hand it out to anybody instead of growing clones.
Mm-hmm.
It's much
Yep.
quicker.
Let's see.
Yeah, I will. It's one of those things where it's like, again, this show was not like the. It was like the one that was like, I was not like excited for or something. Where I'd say I was like, why are you doing a show about this character who we barely know? And it's one of those things like I'm hoping the show like enhances that, sort of like enhances him, so that when we watch Rogue One again, it's going to be even more impactful.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it will. They have a way of these writers have a way of doing that. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm in the minority on this, but like I didn't care too much about Boba Fett. Like I'd never, he was barely he was in the original trilogy, but barely in it. So I was never like, oh, I want to know so much more about him. But there are a lot of people that were, and sure enough, he came back in The Mandalorian. He got his own show. Like, I didn't ask for any of that. Like, I wasn't ever hoping for that. But wow, like, for me, totally enhanced his character. Yeah, so I can only imagine what they'll do with this. I'm sure it'll be great.
I feel like they definitely it was Boba Fett that gave. It's like giving him more to show versus what he just did, and he really like builds to the or adds to the character in a way, like makes him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have Clone Wars and everything to get to that, and Attack of the Clones.
Vertayev, hello, how are you?
I was gonna say, like, I almost want to see a backstory with. Like, I was one of those things, like, more than Andor. I kind of want to see like what Jyn Erso went through with Saw Gerrera and all that. Like, what was her life and like her with the Renegade Rebellion sort of thing. Like, what was it? I know she got captured. It's like I want to know what happened in between those years as well. Like, I want to know that story. Almost as much as I want to know Andor's story.
Right.
That would be almost weird and funny if Jyn made a cameo with Saw Gerrera in this, but like Andor's not there, so it's like they never met before.
Can happen.
But yeah, we still get to see it. And we're gonna get some new droids. I'm not seeing many aliens in the trailer. And that's another thing that's like.
Yeah, you're right.
I need my aliens. I need my where are my Rhodians and my Twi'leks and my Dick Doros or whatever. Yeah, I need my
maybe they didn't have the budget for that. Maybe they were too busy putting their money into other things like the effects.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Andor got the most budget of all the shows so far. But I think it got more than Kenobi's budget. Strangely enough, because it got 12 episodes.
Right.
I feel like Andor is where they put their money.
Yeah, I'm looking at some pictures here. I don't let's see. Everybody looks human. But yeah, there is that new droid, that red droid. I don't remember his name.
Emo.
Oh, okay.
EMO or emo. So we're gonna have to do an emo droid.
He looks cute.
I know. I'm actually very excited to see what this droid does.
What his personality is.
Ooh, yeah. Thrawn? We could get a Thrawn cameo. That'd be cool. We get a Thrawn cameo, so we get like a live action actor before we get him in like Ahsoka or Mandalorian or anything. Right. That way we get a tease. Oh, that would be a perfect way to do that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get something like that on finale.
Oh wait. No, I was thinking about Rebels. Like the Rebels finale, I think ended just around the same year that Rogue One and Episode 4 took place. Because I was thinking like, oh wait, this didn't Rebels end like at 5 years before? And it's like, no, okay, so like Rebel we have two rebellion stories. We got the Ghost Crew and we got this. Although the Ghost Crew is more about a single crew. This is about the whole like hierarchy of the rebellion sort of a thing. Like from our leaders to our foot soldiers. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see Dodonna too, like General Dodonna, and get more story on him.
The ISB agent in the trailer looks intense.
That's the what?
Is that the woman that we kept seeing?
I think so. Oh yeah. I don't know who she is or what, but I'm curious because I feel like we're getting again. I think I saw we might be getting more story, like more characters. I think we're gonna get her in like as the Imperial side of things. Radis, Radis would be cool. And I don't. What's it? Akbar, yeah. I wonder if we can get Akbar too. He could get a cameo. I wonder if when did because canon and legends really confuses me. It's like when did Akbar join the rebellion? Was it after the Battle of Yavin or before?
They should bring him back and give him like the proper send off. Like I realize his character dies obviously in The Last Jedi, but like him as an actor, like
I think the actor died too.
No, did he?
Yeah, I think. Well,
I must have forgot.
Yeah, I think the original.
Oh,
who I think did come back.
Because that was so sad. I remember him saying something like I mean, I think we were all upset about the fact that he was killed off camera. Like, he deserved more than that, and I know the actor was upset about that too, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, you've met Akbar.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I think you mentioned that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, the voice actor. Okay, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Still. What what would be a really I think one cameo that would really be cool that I think it it would make sense, but at the same time it's like I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen, but it would be really cool if it did. Is if Han and Chewie made a cameo when they were like helping smuggle like stuff for the rebellion or something. We get and it's young Han and Chewie. So we get Aiden, Aldrich back.
Yeah. Oh, I would love for him to come back. I want another Solo.
Yeah, we just our Solo series. Like we've been begging for that. Like people, come on, you're seeing the begging for it, and you're running out of time for it to work, ish.
I think because people just didn't like Solo when it came out, or at least the loudest people didn't like it.
I mean, I can understand why it wasn't. It was, I will say, it was at a bad time because it was between, one Last Jedi just came out, but it was competing against Infinity War, like Avengers movie, so it was like at a bad time for its like release date.
Yeah.
If it had come out during Christmas, I think it would have done way better. Like the rest of the ones.
Yeah, it was just out of the theater so quickly. I mean, I'll never forget. Like, I waited a month to see it, which really isn't a lot of time. I waited 1 month, and it wasn't playing in any theaters near me.
Oh yeah, because you don't see them like day one or something. You kind of wait.
Well, it depends. Like the the Skywalker saga. Episodes 1 through 6. I would either go see like the first day or 2 or 3 days later, like a few days later.
Yeah, within the week.
But like the side stories, like Solo, I'm like, I don't need to go see it right away. So I figured, like, it was like a month later. I had a day off from work. I'm like, all right, today's the day I'm gonna go. I checked every theater.
Did you not find a theater, or did you?
Every theater in my area was not playing it. I would have had to like leave the state to go see it, and I wasn't doing
that. Did you wait for Rogue One, or did you also like try and see that like within a week?
What's that?
Did you wait for Rogue One, or did you see that within a week?
So Rogue One, I don't think I ever got to see it in theaters, if I remember correctly.
You didn't?
There was a lot of things going on at that time, and I was supposed to go see it, and it like just didn't end up happening. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it, but I just didn't see it in theaters. What's that?
Lucifer, you should leave the state anyway.
Well, with the way things are going around here, yeah, I probably should. But...
How could she claim to be a Star Wars fan if she doesn't even watch the movies in the theaters?
I know, I'm a terrible, terrible person. I should just, lock myself up in my house and never leave. I wish.
Yeah,
Cash. I'm super cash about my fanatics.
You with your autographs. Yeah, that's strange enough. I did it felt so weird seeing both Solo and Rogue One. Is like looking back, it was one of those like I think I enjoyed these better than I wasn't. It was just one of those things where it's like I think I had more fun with them than the sequels it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, and now I really I feel like Solo needs another chance. Like it needs more added to it because it really, honestly, when I saw Solo, it got me so hyped because I was like, there's so much they could do. Like Solo domino affected so much because we had like a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie planned and a Boba Fett movie planned. Instead, those became shows, and all because Solo failed.
Yeah.
It's just like that you we you do not look at that failure, and I mean, okay, this is why you're doing this. Why? There are better ways.
Mm-hmm. You're a bootleg fan. I like that.
I do.
9 and 10. You just stand sorry. No, because Anakin Skywalker was not in it.
Mm.
Solo should have been
Well,
in
his
a
voice
series.
was, but
Solo would have been a good series. Maybe if they do a Solo 2, they'll do it on Disney Plus as like a short series.
I think, and we have a Lando in kind of on the it's on the shelf, but it's there. We have a Lando show. So that's like the only like Solo sequel stuff that I can think of that we have ready, but it's like, come on,
yeah,
get on with it.
Yep.
Because it's like I think from what I heard, like Donald Glover's like busy right now.
He's always busy. He's a busy man.
It's like, come on. I mean, like, I love Billy D, but he's not getting any younger. We gotta hurry. Like, I feel like we need his. I would love like his narration, but Donald Glover's, he's the scenes, and Billy D's narrating like.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. And, yeah. But yeah, I loved Rogue One, honestly, because it gave me what I feel like a lot of the recent movies or recent stuff. Like, apart from honestly, like my favorite, honestly, one of my favorite things in Star Wars, like action wise, is besides the lightsaber fights, which I always love, but I think the thing I love the most is the flying and the starfighters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just love that whole kind of the way they did that, because I love. It's one of my favorite things to do in video games is fly.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of just Rogue One is one of for the first, I think, since Return of the Jedi, because I like, and a little bit of Episode 1 had it, and a little bit of, I don't really think Attack of the Clones had any flying like fighter scenes. Like we had the speeder chase, but that was, and we had a small little scene at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, the Rogue One I feel like is the first one that actually has like a big huge space battle that we are like back and forth and getting involved with since like Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Like Force Awakens and Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker kind of had those, but not as in depth as or invested as I was in Rogue One. They're really short compared. Whereas Rogue One was a whole battle.
Yeah.
And with Andor, maybe we'll get more. Maybe we'll get more of these kind of things that I really.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get to see the how they, because the X-wings are technically stolen. Like the X-wings, they're supposed to be like Clone War ships or there's a variant of the Clone War ships that the Empire was going to make, but then the rebels stole the X-wings, so that's why they have X-wings.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll get to see them how they get the X-wings in this show.
Samuel Miller, hello, how are you? Will Vader appear in Andor? Ooh, that is a great question.
That is, honestly, yeah, like...
I'd love that.
I hope so. I think that would be, like for one scene. Like, just one, like, cameo scene. Maybe two at most.
Give us a cameo, just one cameo for everyone. Like, one for Vader, one for Thrawn, one for the Emperor. Just... What
about Tarkin? Yeah, Tarkin too.
Tarkin,
yeah.
We'll take one of each.
I hope they bring back Tarkin, and I like how they did with Rogue One. But now that they've mastered the technology that they are doing it, I feel like it's going to look a lot better than how they did in Rogue One.
Yeah,
like Rogue One still surprised me. I was still, that was one of my favorite things in Rogue One or moments, because I go to see the movie and it's like there's Tarkin. It's like, oh yeah, there's Tarkin. Like obviously they're not gonna. Like the actor passed away, so it's not him. But they can still like not. They don't have to like they're not gonna show him because that was my reaction. Was they're not going to show him. I mean, they'll have his reflection or something in the mirror or something, and then he turns around. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, we're doing this. Okay, that wow, that definitely was like, wow, oh, that's like I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But, wow, I did not see that. That was like not.
I don't think he'll be up here. He will be mentioned at least. Yeah. At the very least.
Vader or Tarkin? Vader, I feel like, yeah, probably is going to be. I feel, from what I've heard, they're going to be trying to be as grounded with this show as possible. They might not. I feel like that's one of the things where, like, we might not even see, like, a Jedi or lightsaber or anything of that hinting. Maybe, like, they'll say, like, they're extinct, they're dead, or, like, whatever, but they will be, like, they'll be talking about past tense. Not, like. You think, actually. Do you think Ahsoka will make a cameo? Because she is one of those, like.
I don't need you to mansplain Caleb Dune, okay? I know it's Kanan. Thank you very much. Is this thing on? I just want that to be clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
You. Get out of here. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just needed to say that. You know, Kanan. Yeah, I know who he is. You will not mansplain me. Oh, God. Quinlan Voss. I'm down for that.
Quinlan. I mean, yeah, like, I kind of. Part of me doesn't want Jedi, but at the same time, part of me is like, yeah, there's maybe one or two will show up, but I don't know if they're like. Maybe, again, some of these actors or characters, like Mon Mothma and Cassian, are safe. That's one of those things. Like, they're safe plot wise.
Yeah.
The others are, which I guess it's all rare, but the others are like. I think that's what I really like about some of these is when they introduce characters that we don't know whether they live or die. That's what I think like adds the tension, is because it's like, okay, we know this character is not here, so what happens to them? Like, do they make it? But yeah. I'm really excited because this show looks really, really serious too. I've even heard, this is one of the weirdest things. I've even heard that this is like, I don't know if this was a bad article or something, but I even heard somebody, like, there was something that said, this is not for kids. Like, this show, like, this is going to be a more grown-up show.
Well, these days, Disney Plus is not for kids. Like, it might say Disney in the Disney Plus, but it's not for kids. Like, none of it. Not Star Wars, not Marvel. It's, yeah, we are not on the kids' side of Disney anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says here in this article that he's going to be getting a lot of blood on his hands. So.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to be dealing with more of that, the dark side of the rebellion, like the more shady side.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool to see, but that is the one thing where it's just like I'm totally on the rebellion. So you got to make the Empire more evil. Like the Empire has to be the evil one in this. I know they're still gonna do a bunch of evil things in the future, but it's like they still. I'm not an Imperial. No sympathize.
Tom, hello. How are you?
Yularen too, yeah.
Yularen.
Cool.
Now I can admit I don't recall who Yularen is.
He's the
from Rogue One?
He's in Clone Wars. He's that one. He's the Clone Wars like announcer.
I got you.
And then he occasionally he's got the mustache and everything.
Yes.
The same voice. He's actually in episode 4. He's actually the one in the white suit that next to the guy that Vader chokes before Tarkin tells him this stuff. So he actually I don't know if they retcon, but they actually made his gave that background character a backstory in Clone Wars.
Ah, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, cool. The guy I modeled my narration on.
In the place.
In place. Stop mansplaining to me. No, in that case, I didn't know. So I can admit it when I don't know. Rex. I love how we're spending this stream. Okay, is this person gonna be in it? Is that person gonna be in it? I think I heard somewhere there really aren't gonna be any cameos, but they could just be saying that.
You know what we need to do? I feel like this. We need to do another nerdy versus the chat with quiz game.
Oh God. No, thank you.
What was the score?
I don't remember. I don't memorize those things. Who wins Luke in episode 6 versus Qui-Gon Jinn? Like, who would win?
Qui-Gon.
Yeah, it's definitely Qui-Gon.
That's one of my It's not even that. He's literally forced smoke.
Well, if it was a live version of Luke and a live version of Qui-Gon Jinn, and they faced each other,
yeah,
Qui-Gon would win
think Qui-Gon,
for sure.
Because Qui-Gon, yeah, like Luke, like I love Luke, but he's not up to par of like the Jedi that would be by his age by episode 6. Afterward, maybe, but by episode 6, I even like. There's this one like Legends. There's like a quote from Legends where he says like, "Yeah, Vader didn't want to like spare me or something. If Vader really wanted to kill me, I'd be dead. Like if Vader really wanted, like I would not have won that fight."
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, Luke only kind of won because he almost went to the dark side in that fight too.
I don't know. I feel like Luke in episode 6, not that he wasn't strong, like stronger by that point, but like he didn't have as much experience or training as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon's got like 40 years of actual training.
Yeah, I don't see.
Like Count Dooku of all people.
But anyway, neither one of them will probably be in this, so.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, it's one of those weird things. I don't know what's. So yeah, and Bad Batch apparently hasn't got its release date or something. Like
I thought it did. I thought
we thought it was a release date, but it turns out that was like a mistake or something because it's not coming out in September.
Let me Google this.
It doesn't have like a date.
Still learning how to type on here. When does the Bad Batch come out? No, in season freaking 2. Star Wars the Bad Batch will release on September 28th.
That's supposed to be the same day Andor, I think, comes out.
No, it's Andor's the 21st.
Yeah. I think I saw like a list of stuff.
Oh, I see the article. The article just came out. The Bad Batch season 2 no longer releasing in September. Well, that gives me a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Disney has released a list with all the content arriving. This article is from StarWarsNet.com. Disney has released a list with all the content arriving in Disney Plus in September, including 4 episodes of Andor. Missing, however, is the upcoming season 2 of The Bad Batch. This is no cause for panic. They probably want more space between Andor and The Bad Batch. Well, that just makes more sense. I don't. Yeah.
Overlapping.
Yeah.
which makes sense. Like, I feel like for the first, this is probably in a weird way, like, I feel like this is the longest gap between shows.
Mm-hmm.
Both Marvel and, well, okay, technically Marvel is still going right now because we have She-Hulk. But, yeah, Andor will be after that. And then I'm gonna guess Bad Batch is gonna come out probably right after Andor ends. And since Andor is getting 3 episodes down, we only have 9 weeks. So it's about as long as a Mandalorian season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah, I'm getting more excited for this show, and I'm really, really ready for it.
Me too. And yes, I know that Rex is a clone from Star Wars. Thank you. No, I was saying that to the chat.
Yeah. What troop group?
God. Men versus women when it comes to Star Wars. Well, that's all I really have to say.
It's honestly a problem. Like, my brain is so full of useless Star Wars knowledge. Like I said, I won those quizzes, and it's just like, well, yeah, but what? I know Star Wars great. What is that gonna?
Yeah.
Unless I get like a Star Wars job, which honestly, if you know about Star Wars, that's kind of risky.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wouldn't mind taking, like, if I could take up the job of like organizer, I would do it. Like, give me like a month, and I will have like Old Republic all the way to sequel trilogy. I will have you organized.
He came from that embryo. God. Well, that's all I have to say about Andor.
Yeah, until it comes out, but yeah. Yeah, that's the news we got so far about that, and hopefully, yeah, we got a long show ahead of us. I don't know if I'm gonna react to it. I think I'm just gonna enjoy the show.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's always one of those things where it's like every time I say I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show, and then I regret it later because it was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's like, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy the show. And it's gonna be really good.
Mm-hmm. Andor might appear in Andor. No. Get out of here. It's crazy talk.
We should count the episodes where Andor does not appear in Andor.
Well, you know what?
Because
yeah,
I mean, we had a Boba Fett show where Boba Fett didn't appear in one episode. It was completely Mando was.
Mm-hmm. This is very true. So he might not appear in every episode, so you never know.
You're lucky that Kenobi appeared in every episode.
This is true. I would have been heartbroken if he didn't.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys. Well, very exciting stuff coming our way. So Andor will be coming out on September 21st with 3 episodes. And then Bad Batch at some point after that. So lots of exciting stuff for us Star Wars fans. So, am I okay? Am I okay? Do you want to tell me to smile now too? You're on the list. You're on the list today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you all. You're amazing. And we will catch you all on the next stream. Bye, everyone.